And I will take 1 minute to, it's got it. We are live and I am letting Zoom. I keep saying this, I'm trying to learn how to switch off my Facebook. It's going to just start speaking up in 1 second. I have to off it. See, did you hear that? That's what happens. So now I've put it off and I'm ready. Welcome everyone. What a beautiful, beautiful morning it was today. Listening to moms, learning from them, hearing their pulse, laughing with them, smiling with them, crying with them, and now moving forward with them into this project. Phase 2 starts, and the next 25 is where I'm going to stop to celebrate again, because celebration is the most important part of this journey, because we're celebrating every interview. Terri is here, Terri Wilson. And what I can say about Terri Wilson is, of course, she will tell her story her way. No biodata has to be read by me in a boring, monotonous way. She will talk about her story. But before that, I must say that I'm literally because I always say that I learn visually. One thing I learned from Terri when I saw her in one of the Zoom sessions I was talking was, that's how you show up, like so excited, not in my boring, monotonous voice sometimes when I get so serious. You can see it right now as well. Terri is like all over, like excited and totally, nodding, crying, hugging, smiling. She was just like, so, like, if that happens, like, just unbelievable what happens to you when you see one person in the audience so alive. So Terri, welcome. And it's an honor to get you into my next step, to the next 50 women when we're going to celebrate. Let's talk about you, Terri. And Terri is an energy coach. And let's talk about you a little bit. Let's talk about your journey till here, and then your journey as a mom, and then we move forward.
Cool. Thank you, Shika. As with a lot of people, I've had an interesting past. I was, kind of born into a void and worked my way out of that, constantly recreating myself. I've moved 31 times in my life that I can count, and up the corporate ladder without a degree, and that worked out great. I really enjoyed my job, but it just wasn't really for me. And then life threw me out, and it decided it wanted me to take a different direction. And I found inner energy and everything that it can do, and I talk to it all the time, and it talks back to me. So I've learned how to communicate with it, and I'm just excited to be able to share that kind of stuff with other people, because this is way better than just going through life. And it's just been life has been presenting me with so many more opportunities. My life and my heart and everything is just so much more open now. I have 2 amazing kids. I have a girl and a boy. One of them, my daughter, is going to be 30 in October, and my son turned 26 last February. They're both married to, their soulmate, and that's exactly what I wanted for them. I really wanted them to have who it was that they were looking for, because I was I haven't been able to find it. I might be getting there right now though, so I'm excited. But they have, right? But they have the person that they're supposed to be with. They're best friends with the person that they're married to. They both have kids. They're just they're living their life, and I could not be happier for them. They both have, homes, and they have a great, just they have what I didn't have, right? And that's what we want for our kids, is we always want them to have better than what we had. there's some things from my legacy past that I know that looking back now, that I know that I was able to change, you know, from my grandmother to my mother to me. And then I put a hard stop on that. And, you know, they're just on completely different paths. Like, you know, we shifted their path, and I'm just so happy. And I get emotional these days all the time. You know, I realized that a lot of my stress going into the corporate world, or even in any kind of groups where, especially if I don't know the people, events and, you know, content, it's just not me. And I've discovered that it's because I pick up on their energy, and there's a lot of uncertainty and nervousness and anger and stuff in society. And I just, I can't deal with it. And I realized it mostly when I was around a friend of mine who got anxiety periodically. And of course I had heard about it, but I didn't really know about it. Then I found out about it because I experienced it. And I was like, okay, there's something to this here, because this never happened before. Now it's happening, but only with this person. So life has a way of really talking to us to get us to pay attention. And it's been an interesting ride. It's just been, wow. Like, I am so looking forward to the second half of my life.
Oh, absolutely. And so am I. And so you're an energy coach, if I'm correct.
Correct.
Right? So what's
Yes.
happening in that space?
I've created a couple of courses so far. I've, you know, gone through Dean and Tony's mastermind program. Dean is an absolute wonderful coach.
Yeah.
But what I really got out of that is that they're teaching us more than just how to create a course. It's really more about us and our personal growth. And I was blown away with that, because I never in a million years expected that. Yeah. So that has been, I'm going to get emotional. That's been awesome. So I really want to help people in that direction. And the first couple courses that I created were, you know, one, how to find your smile, you know, like how to not just plaster a smile on your face for a picture, but like how to find it inside of you and bring it out. And also the true meaning of self-love. You know, it's not just the, you know, take care of your body and exercise and stuff. You know, there's actual work that needs to be done that nobody seems to really talk about, because I've lived a reclusive life, and you know, I looking around on the internet, I couldn't really find that. So that was one thing that life kind of steered me towards doing. And now life is steering me toward a bigger project with somebody who already has this infrastructure in place to help just so many people on a humanitarian level. And he's starting his next phase, and you know, he wants me to help him out with that. So I'm like, wow, I can go from, you know, maybe helping a few people in this direction, or like instantly helping so many people. And I'm blown away right now. I'm just, yeah, this is an exciting time of my life.
Yeah, and I keep saying this, that you know, I am manifesting through this book dreams of all of you who are going to be in the book. And when you were talking, I was just seeing Terri's dream, like, and I don't really talk about. I've always been very practical. I don't talk about manifestations and woo and this and that. But I'm somehow being told to keep talking about it by some message that comes into my brain, that this book is going to make these dreams come really real, because some of the people who can help you will be holding this book when you're in there, and they would be opening up it and reading it. So I truly wish that happens for you. I will do whatever I can to give my full whatever I have for this book to reach the success. I might have to study a little more about how to do it. I might have to be showing up on social media a little more. I might have to be talking a little more. And I might have all the self-doubt, but I have to keep showing up a little more than I'm doing. So I will do that, Terri, because I feel that this, what you just said, that things are coming around and things will fall in place for you. It'll fall in place for me. It'll fall in place for these 100 moms. Imagine the kind of impact that's going to make, because I'm not finding any mother who's saying, I want to impact 3, 4, 5, 10, 15. I have a target of 100. All of you are just saying that I have to target of 1 crore, 1 million, so many humans, so many people, so many children, so many moms. And I'm like, how many are going to be attached to these 100 dreams that they will become real? And my God, what a ripple effect it'll make. What a ripple effect it'll make. I'll not even know it in my lifetime, probably. It'll just keep making that effect. And interestingly, I was just discovered recently, Terri, and it'll be interesting for you to know why what we have to keep doing, need to keep embracing is that I thought that this idea, when I started, I thought this idea came to me now, on one fine day. Then after a few interviews, I realized, I was actually trying to create a self-portrait course. So it came to me 7 months back, because I said, okay, if I want to go online, let me do some iPhone photography. I'm like, no. Then I went back and I'm like, no, I don't think so. This came that time. This actually came when I was heading the health space, and I realized what emotions do to health. Just before this, like how we become very, very sick if we're not emotionally aligned, and how our gut, which has this queasy feeling every time we're feeling that, can make us so sick. Then I was like, nah, I think it didn't come from there as well. And that got part of it. And then it went one step behind. Oh, you know what? I headed 100 Poetry Movement. I headed 1,000 poets. I've organized big events for 12 years, voluntary, getting poets out of closets and helping this organization and photographing 400 poets. It definitely came this idea from there. It was like, so I keep moving forward, and the new step behind keeps becoming real, and you'll like it because you're an energy coach. And why I'm saying this is because I think all of us need to know that we are being placed, like, everything has been placed to reach here. And that's why I'm going back. So I go back and I'm like, actually, you know what? I've worked with my mothers, as I was India's first baby and child photographer. And I've worked with mothers all the time. I exactly know that my pictures were all about uplifting mothers, making them feel nice. People always said, you see the light, there's an inner light you see. So I was like, fine, that is where I started. So I started saying, this project is culmination of 20 years of my work, And then it was not that, because just 3 days back, I realized that when I was 18 years old, I was holding these, I went to this library where I was holding a book by Kim Pak. There were these 3 books by somebody called Kim Pak, who did a photography competition. And we had those film cameras that time across the world on 3 topics: family, love, and friendship. And they were filled with 500 pages of competition pictures across the world of family, friendship, and love. And I should just hold that book like a Bible, and I should just keep opening it and say, and I had decided, if I become a good photographer, this is the feeling I want in my picture. And that's what I realized. Then it dawned at me again. Whoa, no, it didn't start. It didn't happen there as well. These are all the clues I'm talking about. And then I go back and I realize that when my mom was taken away from me, I want to stand up for moms, because I don't want any mom to be told that you are not worth it for your children, because she was schizophrenic and she was taken away from me because she was violent. And the world decided that she was worthy of being with her children or not. So I thought maybe it started there. But the truth is that it, like with that book as well, that book was by Kim Pak. Kim Pak was in the story of World War II, where this photographer took Kim Pak's picture while the bomb blast happened, and then took that picture to UN. And then UN saw that picture. They said, this war needs to stop. The war stopped. Kim Pak grew. She grew 20 years old. And then she decided to do this competition on love, family, friendship. This girl becomes 18-year-old by losing her mother. Then she becomes and picks up these 3 books, makes her a Bible, and starts seeing it every single day of her life. She becomes a photographer. She goes through a poetry movement, how to do events. then she gets into the health space, then she comes online, then she's launching this, and now see what's happening. And now this book is going to go and make, after 20 years, some other girl will get up and say, you know what, Shika one day decided to do moms. These 100 dreams, few of them are left to be to its peak. I will take it ahead, and then somebody else will take it ahead. So can you see, the reason I'm saying this is my realization with every step is becoming stronger, that we all are placed to keep doing. The only thing that needs to be done is we need to do the work that we are told to do at every step. We just need to do the work. When things open up, we just need to believe and do the work. That book came into my hand. Kim Pak like did a thing, and then I became a photographer. And World War II, like Vietnam War, this girl who was getting burnt, her picture, her story has triggered 100 moms coming here into the book, like that. So the only reason is I'm just making the chart because I'm like, I don't believe in past life. I'm sure my next realization is going to come that it's coming down from some past life as well. So it's the trick, the effect that you take and everything. And that's why I love you for your energy. And I know where you've reached, Terri, is also you've been placed by place by place by place by place. And now all the mothers are being placed in this book. I don't know for what. After 100 like days, I will realize something else and I will come up with something else. So Terri, let's talk about you. I just wanted to say this because this is my latest realization. And I keep telling you that it went so way back. And I did not know when I started that it was coming from so far behind. It's only being realized now. So, Terri, let's
absolutely love what you're doing, and you're going to see more as you go on, because I can tell like what this is going to do for you and what it's going to do for all these women that you're putting in here. And it's, because it is about our energy inside literally changing our physical outside, and you're trying to help women see that, and you will, and you are, right? This is exactly what you're doing, and you're taking those steps. And you're right, every step that we take kind of takes us in a different direction, and that's a good thing, because we're learning more. We want to constantly learn more. We have to constantly learn more, otherwise, like, we'll just flatline.
Yeah, the flatline we spoke about, and that reminds me of that thing you had put born for this. You had just put a visual, and I wanted to use that actually and share that, in which there was this person who said, "Oh my God, you've changed," and then the other person said, "I was meant to." I was like, "You changed."
Yeah,
I was meant to. Yeah, I was meant to change. Like, and that's what I'm saying, that we all are changing, right? We like this constant change. The change is the only constant thing that's happening. And why are we not embracing it? And why are we in so much pain trying to hold on to things that are meant to change, that are meant to grow, that are meant to move forward?
And that's something that life just recently brought me. Like, it was just some random thing I was scrolling through. It was on somebody's page I didn't even know, but I'm like, that's exactly what I was supposed to see. I stole it and I posted it.
Yeah, I loved it. I'll steal it now from you and post it, because
it's awesome. Like, we're meant to see these things because it makes things click, right? Like,
yes. Yeah. So let's move forward, Terri. Let's know more about you. You've just said that, I don't know whether you would like to talk about it, but you mentioned when you were introducing that I've stopped something that was getting trickled down from my grandmom to my mom to me. If you, without telling the details, what exactly was that feeling that you needed to stop? Because I talk about the trickle effect, right? The trickle effect happens, and sometimes the trickle effect is not benefiting us or the generations to come ahead, and we need to stop it. And you did the work. That's what I'm saying. You need to do the work to stop it when you realize it, so that it doesn't trickle down more. Like, there has to be a barrier and it's not going down. Would you like to talk about that?
Okay. So when I was younger, when I say I feel like I was born into a void. I didn't have a loving, caring, huggy, cuddly type of family. It was actually quite the opposite. if the dishes weren't hand washed and dried and put away by the time my mom got home, then we got our ass beat with usually a wooden spoon. And then when the wooden spoon would break over us, then she would get mad because then she had to go buy more. And I remember turning around to her, I was probably 9 at this time, and I said, just stop beating us. Like, and, then she would constantly repeat, how her mom, used to beat them, and she would refer it to peeling themselves off from the wall because apparently, like, they were put up against the wall when she would. So then she kind of did it. And I'm like, this is crazy. As a kid, I'm like, first of all, I started removing myself from my household when I was about 6. And I kind of, I feel like I kind of grew up at my best friend's parents' house because I didn't like mine. I didn't want to be there. I was there when there wasn't a lot of noise going on, and I just kind of hibernated in my room. And I really kind of became reclusive early on because, I was trying to shut out negativity. And so from a younger age, I had decided that, one, I didn't ever want to have kids because, this was shitty, and sorry, but it was. And I didn't want, I didn't know what to do with kids. At this point, I still don't know what to do with kids. And my kids understand that. And like, we're all good because I talk to my kids, I communicate with them. They know where I'm at. They, they're good, and they are amazing parents. Just so happy. Anyway, so yeah, I stopped that.
It's okay.
And yeah, so
we still love you. It's okay because you're here to inspire so many mothers who are feeling like that, Terri. And if we do not speak up in the right, like, I'm speaking about my mother after 36 years so openly that I have not spoken about her ever. My family is watching and they're like, probably she's gone crazy that she's talking about all these things all the time. When we told her when she was 6 years old that all is fine, you're in safe hands, let her go.
Yeah.
But so you can talk, because we have to inspire more mothers who are silently suffering. That's what's
right. And after I had my spiritual awakening, which I didn't know what that was either, I started seeing everything and everybody differently. And the one thing that people are like, well, look at your mom. And I'm like, my mom and I don't have a relationship. We've never had a relationship, and this is exactly why. And I got out of there as soon as I could, and I never looked back. And she has lived a pretty hard life, since we were younger. And, her life has just been a roller coaster. And I see, how it is that her life was kind of playing out, now as I'm older. And I can't say that I don't, I don't hold the resentment, because I don't know, maybe I don't. But I've gotten over it. One, because she doesn't do it anymore. So obviously that's a good thing. But she's changed as a person as well. I see that, some of the things that hard times that she was going through, maybe she was dealing with her spiritual awakening. And I understand that, while I tried to always, and this is important, people, always try to maintain living a good life, because when it happens to you, you don't want to have demons coming back at you. And I think my mom had to, because we all have to face our own, things in life. There is a permanent record, and life keeps track of it for you. There's no person keeping track of it. Life is keeping track of it, and it will bring it back to you. And I've heard of people, that have really bad experiences and bad visions, and, demons or whatnot coming in. I don't have that. I think I battled my dragons when I was forced, keeping everybody away from me and keeping my good little tiny circle and keeping myself safe. So I kind of battled mine in real life, I feel, and other people have to deal with theirs at a later time. And just recognizing that when people do go through a spiritual awakening or something, if they're kind of acting crazy, it's because they're dealing with their past, and they'll get over it, and they'll be fine. But I realized, too, that she just, we're all individuals going through life. And we're just trying to figure it out. Even if we have other people in our lives, we don't, we're not connected literally to them. We just kind of share the same path as we're walking along. And So I had been last spring, I had really been wanting something inside of me was saying, I want to, I want to go somewhere. I want to go somewhere. I want to go somewhere. I want to, and I was trying to think about where it is I wanted to go. And then I thought, you know what? I took mom backpacking a couple of years ago, but she doesn't really get out. She doesn't really have the means to. And I don't know, maybe that's a direction. She popped into my head. So I'm like, Mom, where would you like to go? And I sent her, she didn't have any ideas because she doesn't, she doesn't dream like that. And so I sent her a bunch of screenshots of different places. I'm like, well, we could go to Lobster Fest. We could go, to the mountains. We could go to the desert. We could go to, the beach in Florida. We could go here. We could go to Grand Canyon, whatever you want to do. And she's like, oh, well, she was drawn to the beach. And I'm like, okay. So I went online and I booked an Airbnb. And a couple weeks later, I took her down to Florida and we went and we were on the beach and we took her and I drove all over Florida, one side to the other, and we saw all kinds of cool gardens and things like that. And she really enjoyed like all of that. It was, she had a good time and that made me feel good. Oh, and actually at the end, like we weren't even sure, again, this is life directing us, right? We had a great time at the one restaurant, but we were trying to decide what else to do. And then we saw a sign and it said Seaquarium. And I'm like, well, I don't know what that is, but there's a Seaquarium. Do you want to go? She's like, I've been wanting to go there since I was little. And I'm like, okay, we're going. So, and I didn't realize it, but that's actually where Flipper, the dolphin, from the TV show way back, that's where he was at. And so that's what she was remembering from her childhood, is she remembered Flipper the dolphin and she'd always wanted to go there. And I never knew that, but that's where life wanted me to take her. And so we went and it was awesome. So there's a lot of healing. Yeah.
It's the work you've done. And
yep.
And the fact that like, I don't know why we have not spoken about this before, and that's why I tell you, when the camera gets on, something happens to me, and I thought we must release it even more now, because now it's released, it's gone. Now the universe knows. It's no more your story. It's a story for universe to get inspired from, and that's what when I was heading the poetry movement, it was realized the poem that you're holding inside, release it. Because then it doesn't become your poem. You have more space to do new things because you released it for the world to understand. The poem I just read before you, it's no more my poem. You just talked about it. I'm like, here's the poem. And it helps you or it helps somebody else. It takes the journey with that person. And now the story is released forever. Yeah. And it's taking its journey ahead to many moms. The learning from this story is there. There's a learning out there, Terri. And the fact, like, you've already done what I want to do, but the fact that you resolved it for her to make her feel it's okay what you've done, it's still worth it to start living your dreams. Like, it's worth it. You really want to go to that place? I'll take you. In spite of whatever we've gone through. Like, a mom is so lost, and you realize it later on that this roller coaster ride she's going through, the kind of rush in her hand, in her head, going crazy. Things she does, maybe she didn't even want to do it. Like, maybe she never wanted to do it, but the programming, the ripple effect, the fact that at that very moment, everything is like so rushed and things just happen. And then later you realize when you start self-finding that situation, you go back. And I think every mother first remembers her mother when she becomes a mother. And some want to not be like her, and some want to be like her, and some want to suddenly understand what was her problem, or what was her love, or what did she actually do. What you've done is that to stop the trickle effect, rather than removing her, you've embraced her, you soothed her, you caressed her, and you said, it's all right, I'm your child, I forgive you. Okay, forget about the world. I forgive you. And I forgive myself for thinking and making it even more complicated for you by not aligning with you. because once we grow up, we become so tense and we just keep, going away. And then we need to forgive ourselves as well, because sometimes we're overdoing it and we're really pushing them as well and their buttons as parents. And then you solved it, and now you've created this new world so that trickles. But you were the one who took it from both the sides. So it takes the work to do that, and you did it. What I like about it is that somewhere in her life, you did complete one of her dreams of going to that place where she wanted to go. And let's just hold her hand and say, like, let's go. We can do this. We're grown up. I'm not a small child anymore.
Right.
So thank you for doing that. Thank you for doing that, because at least one mom again must have gone back and felt, what did I do with this girl? Why did I do it?
I think I needed that. In order for me to move forward with, more love in my life, I needed to give it, right? You give it and then life gives you back even better. And yeah, let's see how that goes.
Yeah. Lucy's here, Cynthia's here, Francis is here. We all are saying great things. You're going to see. I'm totally in love with Lucy as well. I just love her totally.
Oh yeah.
I've told her that we're announcing her as one of our cheerleaders very soon. I don't think she's read my message yet, but she is going to be one of our cheerleaders for sure, because she's amazing. Anyway, Terri, yeah, this is beautiful. And Terri, this was beautiful what you just shared. And there was a learning that all the time it's not about us. It's also solving it one step behind or one step further. And you did both. You solved it further, you solved it behind. And that's why you shine so much. Like when you show up, because you're free. You're free. This is freedom. This is freedom that you're carrying, and you feed yourself. And today we feed it, I hope, for good, that this doesn't, it's gone out as an inspirational story, as a learning story. And I'm very glad it did. It's just gone out of the window for you today. And we've had interesting conversations about, you love photography. What's your take on what's happening with the self-portrait movement, that there's somebody in India is trying to head, thinking, 100 poets, 100 moms, 100, everything is 100. What is your take on that? You're seeing it unfold. We've actually reached a good point. You're the 27th mom. 3 more moms will be 30 moms. And what's your take on that? What do you feel about?
Well, first of all, I looked up number 27, and because I'm number 27, and it fits me perfectly. So again, that's life aligning everything.
You're the 27th mom saying this to me, because every mom I talk to, they have some number they associate with it. That's the number they will put in. I don't know why.
And it'll be the right number for them too, right?
Yeah.
So it's because I think 27 was about energy or something along those lines. So yeah, it's crazy. And that's the kind of stuff that makes me laugh, right? Because you're like, how is this even possible? Like, wow. I'm really believing that there are no coincidences. I really do believe that life, guides us and directs us and this stuff. And we have to acknowledge that this is a thing and laugh about it, because it is funny. It is, and laughter is the best medicine. It heals us inside. It's just good for it. It heals our physical body as well. Pains that we're having, physical, it's just awesome. So I laugh about all these coincidences, because the more I do, the more I recognize them, the more I laugh about them, the more I say thank you, the more life gives me, and it gives everybody. But we just we brush them off. We tend to brush them off, and don't brush them off. We need to focus and say, was that really for me? That really was for me. That thing went on sale right exactly when I needed it. Oh my gosh, right? That is life talking to you. Yeah. And so, I'm happy to be number 27, but I really like where your project is going, because, there are all different aspects. there's the energy part, there's the photography part, there's all these other arts and crafts and the things that make the world beautiful, all of the different arts and the things that that women tend to do by nature, and men do also. Men are very creative, and they just, they have a different energy, and we need all those different energies together. But for the moms especially, I think that they're going to be able to see themselves, a part of themselves, 100 different parts of themselves, all in the same place. And that's what you're bringing together, because like no two women are going to be the same in your book, and they all have something different to share at different points in their lives. And I just think what you're doing is absolutely incredible.
I also think that I suddenly see that's what I'm saying. It's becoming a journey for me as well, Terri. I suddenly also realize right now that I think we all are all 100 shades in one. We just don't know that we can be these 100 shades. Like, we just have to decide. We just have to pick. I can be Terry's. I can be Terry's shade. I can be Shikha's shade. I can be Debbie's shade. I just realized that we all like just showing one shade, but we can be any shade we pick up. And that's the beautiful part about this book, because we can be anything. And that's the only thing we need to realize, Terri, that I can be calm. I can talk quietly, but I can be as excited as Terri is, because you just said that I smile when I laugh. No, I think you jump when you're happy. I just known you very less, but whatever I've known you, you're like literally jumping, with buzzing, is the word. And like that's what I think all of us will also learn, not only to the mom who was this book, who's not in this book, but the mom who's going to be in this book, is also going to sneakily say, can I be her as well? Can I be like Kavita, who's at 52 showing up and becoming a model? Can I be like Melanie, who looks like a queen when she turns something? Can I be like Debbie? So there will be these secret things they're going to be searching and no sitting when they unfold the book. So I think it's something happening to these 100 moms as well after this book comes out in their hand. And I'm constantly trying to look at it by saying, it's happening. It started happening. You also mentioned, Shikha, it's already happening. Stop saying, I wish it happens. But yeah.
Right. Or I can't wait for it to happen. No, it isn't. You're doing it right now. You are taking these steps. You know what else I just thought of? You know how I had mentioned how the program that Dean and Tony have, how it's more than just the program. It actually helps us with ourselves and our own personal growth and stuff. And your project is doing the exact same thing. You are helping women grow. No, don't discount yourself there.
No,
you are.
I just like to visualize.
You're helping women grow from the inside, and it's going to change who they are on the outside and what they project out into the world, and how that affects everybody else around them. Because that's what you want them to see. Is you want them to see that they can grow, they can change on the inside, and it can, and that they're taking those steps, and this is one of those steps, and you're making them do it, which is just exactly what Dean and Tony make us do, right? You're carrying on their legacy in your own way. Girl.
Oh, I know, and I just feel that this is just I just like see these pictures when they're out, like your story is out and it's released in the world. Mm-hmm. I mean, that story, like I will know when pictures start coming to me, which the work has started because I've made 5 pillars, and each 5 pillars are reaching out to 5 moms and making them reach the finish line. But I'm just waiting. And remember, I told you said, okay, you want to see the picture? And I'm like, no, I don't want to, because like I'm waiting for these pictures to unfold. And exactly I would know, wow, that's the picture to choose for her. And I'm so confident of that, because I can view every, like something is there that I can see, and I'm visualizing, and I just can't connect word wise, but picture wise, the minute you will send that picture, I'm like, that's going in. And that's what I told you, that if anything will stop a particular picture to come in this book is only going to be because my gut or my alignment is not there with that picture for this moment, for this book. Not because of any religious reason, not because of any other reasons that this is not appropriate, I have to please somebody, I don't want to do this is not okay, people will ask me questions. That's not happening. And I'm putting myself in that place that if I feel that tells a story and this is a picture, and some other mother wakes up and says, that could be me, that's the only criteria for that picture being in this book, And I'm really like, you've trickled me by saying, oh, come on, I want to show you that picture I already want in the book.
I'll wait.
I'm waiting myself because honestly, I was just like, really, she already has one? What if that's the picture that I was looking for and it becomes real? I would not be able to control my emotions so much. But now that you have announced you as a mom, I will tell you to send me that picture, and I'm ready to see that picture because now you're out in front of the world to show that. Of course, the world will see it later, but I'm ready to see my first picture that will come from you, I think, about what you think should be a picture. If you need to work more, we need to put that in, we will see. But I'm ready to see what you are trying to say.
It's all about awakening ourselves within. And I refer to it as, I caught the elusive creature that left its mark on my deck that morning, because it wasn't a photo that I had tried to take. Like, I tried to take a photo with my phone, I had it set up on the tripod and everything. But that just didn't turn out the way I wanted it to. And then I had forgotten about my game camera that was set up. And what I really, really love about this for me is that it, and this, whether you decide that you want it in your book or not is irrelevant. But for me, the game camera, when it was a cheap game camera, it wasn't something that was expensive. It has the date and the time stamped right on it. And it was at a time when there was a lot of spiritual awakening stuff going on. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm getting all these visions and this, and this is, I really, really wanted a picture. And this goes back to, visualizing. I knew that I wanted a picture like doing this, and I was waiting for the weather to cooperate, and it finally did. And so I jumped at the opportunity and I went out there and did it. And while I tried, it's the part about when you try, sometimes things don't happen, but when you don't try and you just let life happen, life gives you something better than your efforts could do. And that is the epitome of this photo. And
I'm ready to see it.
Timestamp on my life. So I'm
ready to see it. I was not ready at that. I was not expecting it when I was trying to have a connect call with you, wanting to invite you to be one of the moms, because it scared me, not because of anything else. Even if it's a disempowering, scary is a disempowering word, as they all say. But I was just like, no way, it's coming real. Like, stories were coming, now pictures started coming, just on a connect call. What is happening? And I'm ready to see that. I think I will see your picture as the first picture into the book, and let's see what comes out of it. And what matters to me is not that whether it's in or not, it's your connection with it. It's what you felt with it, how you associate awakening with it. And
I know that you'll enjoy. And again, it's just between me and you, but if you decide to, that's fine too.
I'm nobody to decide again. Let me also make this very clear, that the day I start deciding things, this project is not going the way it's going. I am no one to decide. I am just being probably chosen to put this all together.
And let it go.
I told you, that's how I feel, that I'm stepping back and I'm like, okay, I'm just doing my bit and I am just putting it all. But I am also, if I use this word right now, people are like, what? She's saying that she's trying to be detached. I am trying to be detached because I will not even let my emotion ruin this project. Anything that interferes at my level that I've not solved or not worked at will not ruin this project. So I am trying to detach by saying that let it happen. Like, the way it's meant to be. And if it's your picture is meant to be, let it happen. And I will, but I know this much, that I've aligned so much with this project. I will just know this picture is going in. And if I say it, I will just say it in 1 second that, yeah, this picture is going in. So,
and by stepping back, you're finding that you're not putting so much energy and effort into something to try and make something happen. And that's what life is about too. It's not about putting so much energy and effort into trying something, but to step back and let it come to you. And when you see how these things are coming to you, you believe more in all of this, right? Like it, and then you get excited, and then you laugh, and laughter is good. And it's just, it just keeps going and going and going and going.
I love the way you just go. I love that, Terri. And can you share the picture with us? Lucy said, and I will say, no, Lucy, not right now. We will share it with only you. You're my cheerleader. We will have, probably Terri will share it with you in person. But publicly, we will release these pictures on the 100th day when the book gets, because I want everybody wondering what these 100 pictures look like. Till then, I will have to hold on to this excitement and build it up. For now, next, we are 20 seconds today. So we are 78 days when I have to actually unveil this book. So Lucy, you will be shown, because you're our sweetheart, and you're my cheerleader coming up as well.
You can message me and I'll send it to her.
So Lucy, and you can, but Lucy, keep it to yourself, because we are going to just, this picture is going to be in the book. I'm going to wait for it to unfold for Terri, when that whole energy is together of 100 women in one Zoom call, just waiting for that. And so Terri, let's try and end the interview and not make it very long, because I want everybody to see this. Thank you for the expedition. The excitement is just so much fun. Oh yes, Lucy, but we're already excited with you as well. Lucy saying, Lucy, you know what you mean to all of us, to Terri as well. So, anyway, so what's your dream? Let's put, this book is called 100 Self-Portrait, 100 Dreams. Let's put your dream out, and then of course that will go in the book as well, with 100 other dreams which are there in the book. So what is your dream then?
My dream. Well, and here's so my dream, and I've already mentioned it, but saying it out loud as this is what my dream is, that's like the uncomfortable action part that I really want to do. But here's the thing, you have to throw it out there, and it'll either happen or it won't, right? And if not, then it just leads you in a different direction. So so I really want to, my dream is to really connect with somebody on every level, and have that person to walk side by side with.
What a beautiful dream. Simple but really beautiful. It's anyway, I don't want to say anything right now about that, but it will come true, and we will be celebrating with that person on the 100th day next year. Does that sound exciting?
It does.
Does that manifestation sound exciting? 78 days more. Let's make it happen. Let's find that beautiful soul, because you've done the work you deserve.
Every day.
Yeah, and you've done the work you deserve. That soul that you're looking for to come and attach to yours. And
he's pretty amazing.
If we can find that soul right next to you on 78th day from now, write the date, put it 78 days.
Okay.
For 78 days, 75 days, 74, something will happen, some clue will happen.
I'll text him, tell him he's got 78 days.
You just have 78 days, because you will be celebrating.
You're on a timer.
I'm on a timer, because I want to see what all happens to these, because a lot of times I'm thinking, I think this is not real what's happening. It's all, really, you out of all of them are talking about these silly things, and you keep on saying that I don't talk like I have. So this is not me talking. I think after 78 days, something was sitting inside me will just fly out and say, done my work, I'm out, to go back to who you were. And that's what I feel that it's going to happen, but I don't know.
No. Because here's the thing: we can only see so far ahead, like the headlight in the dark analogy. So just because you can't see what's past the headlights, as you take those steps forward, life will just give you more. So don't worry about what's farther than what you can see. Just focus on these steps that you're doing right now, and life will, you're going to be amazed. I'm telling you,
that's what I'm saying, that I'm just trying to purposely say things that are not great, so that it just doesn't come so true that you actually have to stand up and say, this all happens. Do you know? All this happens. If you do the work, you walk, you take the clues, it happens. And when I see myself, like, it's just all like, it's just going crazy. So I want to just keep saying that to myself, in spite of the fact that my core is absolutely clear about what's happening and what's unfolding and where I'm meant to be. But on top, I just still want to just say that. So I still try to say some things like that. But yeah, I know what's happening. But 78 days is what I see right now. So 78 days is what I see for you right now. And let's see if it happens. We will be celebrating with a lot of things on that Zoom call when we unveil the book and that picture. Yeah. So Terri, thank you so much for joining me as my 27th champion mom. And 27th is an energy number, energy coach. Things will happen. I'm waiting to see that picture. I'm waiting to, read your story and maybe start putting your picture as the first picture, maybe, because if that features first to me, that goes on the page, maybe as the first picture. I don't know.
Who knows? You have 78 days to find
it. Because it's not going to be. I also know that the sequence that it's going, the pictures will not come in the sequence because the book will not be designed in the sequence. So I think I think book is also meant to go with a certain sequence. And I think if your picture comes as the first picture, you might be the first picture of the book then. Right there.
You will decide that. You will know when you have them all in front of you.
I will be told. I don't know what decisions I have right to take, but I will just close my eyes and say yes or no, and then maybe it's a yes.
Yeah, life will guide you. You'll know.
Yeah, it is a blessing. So lovely. I think Cynthia, Lucy, Cynthia, I'm just loving you. And let's see some chats here. I needed that, Terri. Thank you. I've been coming through it. It's powerful to hear. I'm not alone in how scary it can be, but that is worth it. Well said, said Lucy. Proud of you, Terri, for showing up, said Cynthia. We have Frances, who said good morning, and she has some work going on, but I know Frances will hop in to start doing it. So it was through and through Lucy and Cynthia supporting us in this chat, and we will tag more people to do this. Lovely, and I shall see you soon, Terri. And welcome.
Thank you very much for this opportunity, because I'm really excited for you, and to be a small part of this is, it's just amazing. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Thanks so much. So don't leave. I will just go off live stream. Love you, Lucy. Get ready to be one of my cheerleaders very, very soon. We cannot go ahead without you doing the cheerleading for us moms to reach the last point. Yeah. Mike is going to come as well. He's been, he's going to be one of our cheerleaders as well. I've told him. He's like, I'm always doing that. I was like, I know, that's why you are going to be, because you're always doing that. And you're always doing cheerleading for us. You can't be in the mom's book as one of the moms, but at least I can get you on as a cheerleader. So Mike is going to be there as well. And we're going to have them as interviews very soon. So love you, Lucy, and Mike, we're really looking forward to having you as well with your enthusiasm. So take care. Bye-bye. So many hearts, Lucy is saying, because she loves her hearts. That's what she says in her interviews, that I love the hearts that you give away. So here it is. Okay, bye-bye.